So good morning. First time I'm doing this on Instagram. So Moon Knight is big right now. It's growing pretty big because of the new Disney series that's coming out with Oscar Isaac. I used to read some Moon Knight when I was a kid. Actually inspired me to create a character back then that was pretty much a ripoff of him. But it's cool. It's cool to see Moon Knight still finally getting his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I always thought he was a really cool character. So I figured I might as well join the fray and do a piece with old Mooney here. I'm doing it in the Frank Miller style that he did with the Dark Knight Returns cover. Thought that would be a cool little play on, Moon Knight's debut, since Dark Knight Returns, even though it was, a continuation or like a different take by Frank Miller, adapting Batman in his own way. But Moon Knight has always been considered like the Marvel version of Batman. Yes and no. He's definitely have some of the same attributes, as in like using different gadgets and weapons and stuff like that to take down his enemies and stuff. But he's also pretty different. He's not mentally stable. I mean, even more so than Bruce Wayne. He kills. He's just much darker, like vigilante type character with a split personality disorder. So I could see the comparison, but also he has a lot of differences that a lot of people might not know. So please be sure to like this video. Check it out. Check out other things I have on Bird's Eye View Official. Also on my YouTube channel, Bird's Eye View Comics Art is my YouTube channel. And then I have a Twitter, Bird's Eye at 76 on Twitter. You'll see mostly all that stuff. It's just like where everybody else. It's nothing like it's anything that much different. But it's nice to have different people check out different stuff across the board. So yeah, I figured I'll play around with this, with Moon Knight starting to rise in popularity. And I've been noticing a lot of fan art going on with him across social media. And I figured I'll use it this time to do my first live video on Instagram. And this is a quick, simple drawing, since it's mostly going to be in shadow. But be sure to give me any comments or, anything that you would like to add or talk about regarding Moon Knight or comics or manga or anime, whatever it is. I love it all. I like to have that kind of fun with people and discuss these geeky things. But yeah, Moon Knight has always been like a forgotten Marvel character, except for like the hardcore fans, probably because he's been written off as more of a Batman ripoff. And like I said, I can see that. I can definitely see why people might think that. But this drawing is like very simple compared to other stuff I've done. So definitely take a look at other things I've done and drawn and worked on. Pretty simplistic compared to other stuff that I've worked on. Check out my comic book series, Tooth and Nail. I'm on issue 3 right now. Check out some of the character drawings that I've done, designs, comic book pages. Reach out to me at my Instagram here, or my Facebook page, which is Tooth and Nail Comic. Excuse the noise in the background. That's my heater coming on. I'm right next to the heater downstairs in my house. So yeah, it's interesting to see what they're gonna do with Moon Knight. I have to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the costume that they have. I understand the practicality of it that they're trying to do with him being linked to Egyptian lore. You know, he is like being not controlled, but he's influenced by Egyptian moon god, and so his costume wraps around him like a mummy, which is cool. I don't mind that. I'm just not a big fan of the design. I really like the comic book design, which is like a traditional costume in armor. He does have like an armor type thing going on. And I prefer that. I wish they had kind of stuck with that type of look. But I can see what they want to do. They want to bring in more of a supernatural take on it. Which makes sense because it is a moon god and it's supernatural. So melding that into his costume design makes sense. It's just this costume design just does not do it for me. So I'm hoping that, you know, well, I believe Oscar Isaac. I'm not gonna say I know because that's just presumptuous, but I believe that Oscar Isaac will turn out a great performance because he is a really great actor. He's shown his abilities as an actor in Dune and Star Wars, even though I'm not a fan of the prequel series, not prequel, but the sequel series. But he himself, mostly all the actors in that actually hold well. It's just the writing isn't great. Special effects are amazing, but they just, I'm not even gonna get on that. But anyway, Oscar Isaac, I think that he could definitely pull it off as Moon Knight, as Mark Spector, one of his different personalities that he has. I think Oscar Isaac could definitely pull that off. He's got a strong presence. He carries roles well. Just like I said, I'm just not digging the costume at all. Do not like the design. It's pretty faithful to the Moonlight Night look. But it just looks cheap to me. It looks almost like a cosplay. But let me know what you think below. Let me know what you think about the Moon Knight costume, how it holds up to the comic version, and what do you think about the show, how the show is going to turn out. What do you think how the show is going to turn out from what we saw from the trailer? Because I think Moon Knight could transition to the small screen very well. I think he could have actually benefited from a movie, but because of Batman coming out right now, the Batman with Robert Pattinson, it was going to be difficult for them to kind of like present Moon Knight for the first time during this time. So I don't think it would have been really beneficial for Disney to do a movie of a character that's reminiscent, not the same, but reminiscent of Batman. Alright, just let me do a little cleanup here. It's a very simple drawing. Probably one of the most simplest, excuse my not being able to speak, but one of my most simplest drawings that I've done before. And of course, I'm going to take this into Comic Draw, the program I use to do my tooth and nail work. Clean it up, add some effects and colors. Moon Knight himself probably won't need too much coloring because he's in shadow mostly, just like the Dark Knight Returns cover. And then I highlighted the costume itself, the white part. He's also mostly in white, but I wanted to make sure that the cape gets seen and do that moon shape effect that it does. I'm doing this on a light board. Did a sketch underneath. I'll show you guys that. So that was my sketch. And this is my final piece. So leave comments below. Let me see what you think and what you think of the new costume, what you think of my art. Let's connect. Let's see what everybody's up to and what everybody's watching. Have a great day. God bless.